Jordan Lapidot. I met her in my Facebook Messenger. I was getting hit up by, I think I'd been hit at least 20 times that week with Savvy. It is a new, very trendy, cute. It reminds me of Kate. Is her name Kate? What's her name?
Oh my gosh. What is her name? Goldie Hawn's daughter, Kate Hudson.
Yep.
Kate Hudson.
It reminds me
Fabletics.
It reminds me of Fabletics. She was reaching out, let me know that's what she did. We were connecting and ended up talking. And I saw like, wow, here's a woman. She's professional. She's got 4 kids. She really wants to get healthy. But more than that, she had issues with marriage, with trying to do it all. And like her health was suffering. So I was like, wait a minute, I've got something called the Level Up course. Let me check this out. And then there was Hot Moms. So it was like, because Hot Moms is the health. And I'm like, oh my God, she needs it all. What do I do? Luckily, and we just launched it that weekend. So here I am looking like a fucking mess. She joined Level Up. We gave her a trial to Hot Moms, and it's been just amazing ever since. And the reason I wanted to talk to Jordan today and let her share her testimonial that she posted yesterday, I think, in Level Up. It was amazing. And the more I'm just following her, and she's got this vibe of, you would think she's a famous person or like a blogger or something like that. But so it was, she mom of 4, been married. She's got a story, which is, I love that. I love that part. So this is Jordan.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. It's mother of 3. If I had 4, I think I might go completely fucking nuts. It's all good. It feels like 5. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because you're married. Usually, sometimes they're like a 3rd.
Yeah, so the husband's used to be the 4th child, but we're working on that. So it's been great.
And we're laughing because she was worried about her kids being in the background. I'm like, look, I have on a robe and my kids, I'm working from home. Let's make it colorful. But it's what we both want to do is help women that's like us. We both have huge hearts. We want to help women, and we have big goals. And that's who listens to that's who listens to Hot Moms podcast. A lot of them are here for health, but for me, it's goal-oriented women. We all want something other. Health is like a no-brainer because we want all this other stuff, but if you're not healthy, who the fuck cares? Yeah, we have no energy. Who cares? All right, let's back up, and I'm going to give you her social media. I'm going to give you what she actually does for work right now, and it's really cool. If you're in network marketing, I highly recommend you just check her out because she has a magnetic influence when you watch her online. And a lot of people are intimidated by going live. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I think people think too much about what other people think, and the more natural you are, the more inviting it is. So it's just be you.
Where did your confidence come from to just be like, I don't give a shit what they think?
At first I felt like I had to be perfect, but I've had so many mentors that have said, people love you because you are real. And even growing up, my friends know me as when I walk in the room, we're like, oh shit, here comes Jordan, because I'm loud, I'm bubbly, I'm like a cousin like a sailor. I don't really give a shit, but I have a big heart. I just have been told so many times, you need to just be yourself. People get a kick out of me. They like watching me because I am very honest. I'm very real. I don't hide it. And people appreciate the realness of it because they can connect with it. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to connect with people. I want to let people know that they are not alone in their life. They are not alone. They are not alone when they are in the middle of the kitchen. Like a lot of my lives, I have my kids constantly screaming, like on the floor, tantrums. And I'm like, y'all, look at this shit. This is my life, but I'm still here for you. Yeah. So that's just kind of what I learned. I got a good reaction out of it. And that's who I am. That's what I like to do. That's just what it is.
There's 2 things I heard. A, she's had mentors. So and you've been in network marketing for 3 years, and which is pretty good for network marketing. She's a professional. I mean, she's made, $5,000 months at a time, which is way more. Most people can't even make $200 checks. You know what I mean? So I think that's really good. And I know you're like me. We're in the space of, network marketing was one of the first places I ever saw like 10,000 and more a month. When my friend was making 100,000 a month, I never even, where I come from, I was wanting to make 60 grand a year, call it a day. So when you get into network marketing, then you get into digital and you hear things like my mentor, he just made $1 million in a day for doing a mastermind sale. Yeah. The type of thinking, it's really fucking hard to grasp. It really is. So mentors, when did you start getting mentors, and like, what was your first mentor introduction like to even hire them?
So in network marketing, definitely a space where they recommend following certain people. And so my main person that I have really admired has been Ray Higdon. He is real. He
Yeah.
is honest. There's no bullshit with Ray. He gives it to you straight. And I was a part of his program for a while. It's called Rank Makers. And he's really the one that teaches you the nuts and the bolts and the get to the point. Don't mess around. Don't waste anybody else's time. If they want to do the business, they want to do the business. If they don't, that's all right. He also wrote the book Go for No, which is, it changes your mindset on hearing the word no, because that's something that's hard for me was rejection. And so after reading that book and after listening to his coaching, it's basically like, look, not everybody's gonna want to do your business, and you can't be on social media all day long selling, flash sale, flash sale. Nobody gives a shit about your product. You know who they give shit about? You. And so you need to develop your personal brand and give them education, and every once in a while give them a little peek at your company. But the way that you're going to build your business is by building yourself. And so he's awesome. He's a really, really incredible mentor. And he was first recommended to me by somebody I really respect. One of my last network marketing companies, just such a big heart. She has 4 kids, her 5th on the way, and she is making probably 15-20,000 a month. And she's just the most caring, giving person, and people thrive off of that. People want leaders that not only lead you and guide you, but they give a shit about you. So that's why I just fell in love with her. I fell in love with who she recommended. Mel Robbins is another just incredible woman. I like the real raw people. I mean, I think that's why I fell in love with you, Casey, because you don't fuck around. It's like,
We were taught growing up is to not honor our feelings. If we feel like we don't want to talk to somebody, we were taught to talk to them anyway, to act a certain way, even though, because it was whatever. So it's almost like for me, it was, because I love what you said that Ray was saying, it's about you, not your product. When I first started, it was just the product. But I also had lots of emotional shit about not being good enough. I'm a piece of shit. That's how I grew up. That's what I was taught, is you're a piece of shit, pretty much. So that's a big one. I like what you just said. It's more about you. When you show up being authentic, you're going to attract your fucking soulmate client, your soulmate customer. Because now there's no, I just got off the phone this morning with a lady. She's very faith-based. And I'm a Christian. I believe in God. And I've got love for atheists. I've got love for whatever. But what I don't have time for is very closed-minded religious people.
yes.
And she would send me these ladies, and we would have just issues. I couldn't help them. I could not help them. And then they would question my beliefs. And finally, I told her this morning, I said, this particular lady, was brainwashed and had a negative energy attached to her. And then the truth comes out as she goes, yeah, well, we quit going to her church a long time ago because we realized that it wasn't da 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 da. I'm like, okay. So what I want you to do is, if you have any of those types of friends, do not send them my information. Send them this girl, or this guy, because they're of that cloth. I'm not. And I used to have a fear of loss, of if I don't bend over backwards, lick fucking their ass, say this, do that, cater to them, I'm going to lose out. I've wasted so much time and money because I've tried to cater to people that's not my ideal client or customer. And God, network marketing, it's almost like if you're so money hungry driven, you're going to work with a lot of people that you don't like, and that's going to bring you down. Oh, that's the only bad part, so you got to be real strong in who the fuck you are so you can build a business. I think that's key, right?
Yeah. And that's what's been great about this company that I joined in February, is that because it's so new, they have all very experienced women working and running the company. And I have to tell you, the most genuine, hardworking, it's like a sisterhood. It's incredible. I've never been a part of such a real group of people. And I think now I'm at the point where I don't care about building this massive team right away. I want to build a team of the people that I choose, that I feel like they qualify to be a part of our community. Because when you bring in that negative, and when you bring in those people that don't see the true vision of the company. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in you. They're going to find all these little problems, and they're going to get hung up on all these little problems. And when you're launching a company, there's a lot of shit that goes wrong all the time. There are a lot of fucking bumps in the road. There are a lot of walls you got to climb. But you know what? You're building a company. You are pioneering a potentially billion-dollar business. And that's what I'm doing right now. And so when we hit, like, Corona hit, you know, the coronavirus hit, a lot of our manufacturers got shut down. So we weren't getting delivered our materials, and our shit selling out fast. I mean, people love the product, but we couldn't keep up with it. And finally, just these last 2 weeks, we've had a few 100,000 items shipped in from our manufacturers from on the other side of the world. And so imagine you're trying to build this business and you want people buying it, and they can't buy it because there is nothing left to fucking sell. And so some people have really let that affect them, but I see it as a positive. I say, guys, you have to look at it this way. You have all these people that want this product. Imagine how our business is going to explode once everything finally comes in, and once all of our back orders are finally available to everybody. And it makes them think. And you need people like that to find the positive, because if you have too many of those negative naysayers that aren't seeing the true vision, that aren't seeing, like, hey, we're going global. Like, we're not just staying national, we're going global, ladies. And if you want to go with us, you got to be able to get over the fact that inventory has sold out so quickly. Okay, sorry, you just do. Shit happens.
Well, that's like when you signed up with me and Level Up, and we literally, because this week we switched a server. We finally dissed an old software. We switched over, but the week you signed up was a Sunday. My tech guy was not working, and everything was going wrong. I'm sitting there trying to do. I don't fucking know how to do it, and I'm like, this girl is Jordan's either going to be like, oh, I can see, I'm cool, I can wait till Monday, or she'll be like a Karen and be like, oh, this is not, if I'm investing this and it's not even working, you know? So, you know what I mean? Looking for a way out. It's almost like they have to commit, but it's a mindset thing. But anyway, we could go on and on about that. So, okay, I want to go over your testimonial and Level Up, and then so you can give the ladies and gents some nuggets for what you actually did. And I actually teared up yesterday when I wrote it, because I created Level Up because I was in the same situation as Jordan. My mentor really helped me, and a lot of this, I put her reference in there, Danny Johnson, really just changed the game for me. So I'll let Jordan read what her testimony was, and then ask you how you did some of that to help some folks.
Absolutely. I'm here to help. I feel like my purpose, if I can help one person every day, I am serving my purpose on this earth. Mm-hmm. And that's why I've just been making sure that I share, because if you don't have people sharing, you think you're alone, and nobody wants to be alone in their struggle, in their journey. Casey teaches opening your mind up. And once you clear all the shit out and you start opening your mind up to possibilities, you have the potential to let success in and to let more positive things happen to you. And I had never really opened my mind. I have to be honest. I'd never really opened my mind up to the fact that if I've got a ton of clutter in my house, it could be cluttering my own brain, putting a wall or putting something up in front of me so that I can't be my full potential, so I can't reach my success. So this is what I wrote. I've been working on finding ways to level up and make more money in places that I honestly would not have thought about if it weren't for Casey's coaching on money. And I'm telling you, you have to watch it. It is so good. After I watched it with my husband, because I'm like, no, you're going to watch this with me. We're going to do this together. If you open yourself up and open your mind, the money will come to you in places you never expected. When I started this program 2 weeks ago, my amount of personal debt was $26,500, people. $26,500. I accumulated this last year trying to start my own business. 3 kids, their ages 6, 4, and 2. So imagine, I'm this housewife trying to start this crazy company, trying to do too many things all at once. My marriage was falling apart. It was insanity. I've been through a lot. So I joined Level Up to figure out how the heck I was going to pay all of it off, and fast, y'all, because you know what? interest rates suck, okay? And I've got high interest rates. So first, I removed all credit cards and debit cards from my phone. No more easy access to spending by the click of a button. If I really need it, I check the amount, ask my husband what expenses we have that I may not know about. It's all about communication, y'all. You can't be spending money and not communicating with your spouse, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And then if it's okay, then you purchase. I canceled all of my monthly and annual memberships that I wasn't using or did not absolutely need, except for the gym, because I need the gym, y'all. And I went there yesterday, and my arms are like Eminem status, fucking arms like spaghetti, because Casey's first workout was all arms, and I was like, oh my God, I'm dead. I'm so sore, but I loved it. So I added it up, saving myself $155. Yo, that's $155. I was just throwing out the window every month. I was hardly using it. Next was canceling any orders from companies that I was using monthly. Protein, cleaning products, clothing, makeup, hair products. I am not buying anything until that shit is used up. I'm going to search every fucking cabinet. I'm going to use, like Casey was saying, if you don't have soap in your main bathroom, you better go to the guest bathroom and use that. Okay, because none of you guys have guests that are regularly staying over. Okay, nobody uses that guest bathroom. So I'd say easy, we were saving $500 to $600 a month just doing that. So I'm no longer purchasing anything until I have absolutely nothing left. That includes buying groceries, birthday or special occasion cards. Y'all, birthday cards are between $5 and $8. How ridiculous is that? So I suggest y'all have your kids make cards for that person. It's more special when your kids make cards for them. And hey, you can even make the bag or reuse the old one. Okay, reuse another old one. Start saving your bags. Put them, I have a cupboard that I put mine in, and I just reuse them because it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. So for Father's Day and my mom's birthday this weekend, I'm saving about $30 by having my kids make cards and figure out a bag instead. My husband and I both watched the training, as I mentioned before. So we're making changes together, which is improving the trust in the marriage, which we really need, and we're becoming a team, okay? So because we cut, here's the good part, guys. Because we cut the bullshit out, this is what happened this week. And it is insanity, I'm telling you. My husband closed the 3 biggest deals, and he got his largest commission check ever. We're like, wow, this is amazing. And we used some of the money to, of course, pay off $2,500 in debt, put some in savings, and then we also upped our stocks on some of the stocks that he's got, because we're making quite a bit on that. He thought of an idea for an app that solves a need for businesses that could potentially make an extra $100K a year. Okay, my husband, I keep telling him, he's so smart. He is so intelligent. He feels pulled to the corporate. He's afraid to step out of that zone. And so he doesn't share his ideas with me, but he did. He had an idea and he shared it with me. He's never discussed his ideas or thoughts or thought that they could be something big. And I'm telling you, it's because of Casey's the fact that we are doing this together. I shared my test results on Facebook. I had so many people ask about the test results, how they could take it too, asking me for the link. What test is this? What test is this? I decided to ask the company if they have an affiliate program, and they do. So now I have a link that gets my friends $5 off, and then I get $15 commissions on whatever my friends purchase for the test that Casey offers. In terms of clearing out space, clearing clutter, I had a bunch of old product from one of my old network marketing companies, and I happen to be friends with somebody who still works for the company. I said, do you want the stuff? I'll just give it to you for $40. She took it for $40. That clears out a whole space in my closet, a whole space in my garage. And then again, right now, I'm helping to pioneer a brand new network marketing company in the fitness fashion space. It's totally rad. And this week, I found out I have the opportunity to make an extra $600 to $1,000 in bonuses. Ladies, this is awesome.
I think it was realizing that there's this thing, prosper where you're planted. All this was when I was telling you about the Danny Johnson lady. She has the War on Threat program. And if you don't want to do level up, you just want to do Wanda, go for it. She's amazing. I have learned so many things in the past 12 years. I kind of put my own spin and other things that helped me really apply what I learned with her. It's not like we're telling Jordan or anybody to do like Dave Ramsey style stuff. I don't believe in living poor to have a bunch of money put away. Because I feel if I feel poor, I'm not going to attract what my birthright of being rich as fuck type of money. It's not going to come to me if I'm in a scarcity mindset, like, oh, I can't buy this Starbucks. Now, did I cut out Starbucks? Yeah, stuff like that, because now it's a fucking game. You know, this Jordan, now it's like, if I'm out and I have to buy a bottle of water, I'm like, what? I am losing. Fuck that. You know, then I'll switch.
Yes.
Now with the money type of mentality that I have, Amanda Francis, it's more of, hey, I'm so thankful. I can just buy this, and there's so much fucking money come in. There's so much money come in. This feels good that I can buy this fucking green juice or this water. So, but here's the thing. I had to start with what's in level up. If you can be trusted with what you're given, you will be given more. Spiritual law, you know? And that's what Jordan and her husband did. And when I see people come together and do that, that's why she's being rewarded. Clearing out the clutter. It's literally a energetic vacuum. And I say vacuum weird, but it's cleaning out so you can open up. It's like toxic relationships. You get certain people out of your life, that void space is open. So you better heal it. So you learn why you attracted the asshole or the bitch, so that you can start attracting more supportive people into your life. Same with business, money, whatever. When you start to find out where your money's going, you're showing money that you care, and that, like she's saying, to cut back. I'm not telling her to save your money. Take all that money you're doing and save it. We tell you what to do with that money to pay off the debt. So she has a strategy for that. But like $155 a month, is that $1,850 a year? Let's see what it says here.
Yeah,
That's $1,860 a year. What can she do with $1,860? She can pay down the credit card. She can also call. I don't know if y'all can do this. I'm trying to do this too right now. You can always call your credit card companies, and using what you learn in Level Up about people skills and talking to people and how just to smile when you're on the phone. Not manipulation. Simply, if they're a sweet, kind person, they will connect with you and want to treat you as they would want to be treated, because they love their job at customer service and helping people. So if they feel like they can help Jordan, a mom of 3 kids, with her credit card debt because she's trying, it makes them feel good. So using people skills, you can call your credit card companies and state whatever it is you want to state and ask, because of what's going on in 2020, do you guys have any type of thing where you can lower my interest rates? Some credit card companies will lower your interest rate, and now you just made some more money. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's $1,850 a year. And then you said you had how much in like the extra budget, luxury budget? Just, was it $500-$600?
And that wasn't even the whole luxury budget. That was like
Oh my.
buying we spend quite a bit of money, and so we've really cut back. Easily averaging $500 to $600 a month. I would say $500 to $800 a month, to be honest. Yeah. Of just like, and that's not even including eating out or going and doing shit with our kids. I mean, that was like shit.
If the only negative about Level Up is I've had 1 or 2 clients actually get really upset with themselves, and they get really just all the negative words towards themselves, because they're like, I've been wasting all this money. I'm like, whoa. Forgive yourself, because you didn't know. Listen, I'm not here to make you feel like shit. I'm here to show you how to start respecting your money so that you can buy that condo, that rental, and make money on it, or buy the veneers that you want, whatever it is. So now, have you done the relationship module?
No, I have not done the relationship module yet.
That's going to be fun. Now, how long have y'all been married?
Almost 6 years, been together 10 years.
So yeah, the 7-year itch, we almost got split 7 years in my network marketing company. So I came from very bad psychological abuse, sexual, but not physical, sexual, more of the other type. That caused a lot. My parents were very codependent, which led me to another guy that was codependent. It was a codependent, fucked up mess. We worked it out and we figured it out, because we never cheated on each other. And even if you do cheat on each other, I believe in you can work things out. I believe in working things out. Now, if they place their hands on you and they beat you, and it's obviously you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship, a narcissist, they don't change. So yeah, you probably need to split. But usually if it's like we just had some fucking problems. We just had like codependency, and like he had a drinking problem after his mom died, just shit. So to see a couple come together and work it out, that makes my heart center just explode. Now you are a pivotal point in the world changing, because you're going to provide a better life for your children because you have a better home life, and you're teaching them about money, and you're teaching them about being responsible for your emotions and your feelings and how to treat your spouse. It's fucking awesome. What's a nugget that you feel like helped you expand your thinking a little bit more?
I would say one of the first things I was listening to on my walk, you were talking about, it made me cry. You were saying, if you're listening to this right now, you are good enough. You see yourself in some way getting better, becoming better, being successful. You are a badass woman. And God, I like
Makes me want to, I know I feel you're
tearing up about it right now because I have such, and I'm learning too. I'm 35 years old, and I feel like I'm learning more this year than I've ever learned in my whole life because I've just been through the shit. I have a lot of issues that I didn't know that I had that are coming out in therapy that my therapist is helping me with. Codependency. My parents were alcoholics growing up. A lot of horrible stuff went on. My parents really, they're good people. They tried their best, but alcohol it just destroys relationships.
Agreed.
And so I married my husband. My husband was an alcoholic. He has been sober for 9 months, and he's an incredible man. He really, really is an incredible man. And I've been really struggling with wanting to be this. I have this dream. I want to speak on stages. I want to change people's lives. That is my thing. Like if I can make your life positive and change your circumstances, I feel like I've fulfilled my purpose, right? But I can't do that if I don't truly believe in myself. And so that's something that I'm working on. That's something that when I heard you say these things, it hit so hard, Casey. Because I am good enough and I can do these things, and I'm a good person, and I can do it. It's just I have to get over the self-sabotage. I have to get over, I see this long-term vision, and I see myself up on the stage. I see myself writing a book. I see myself changing the world for people. But when I get to where I really need to be, somehow this switch turns on. Mm-hmm. And I start doing things that are self-sabotaging. Like I'll get very depressed and I'll just want to sleep all day, or I have the anxiety, or I'll maybe I'll pick a fight with my husband. Yeah. But because of Casey, I am stopping these cycles, y'all, and it's really helping me.
I could just boo-hoo. Yeah. We wouldn't get anything done to cry, because yes, all of that. And people that don't come from abuse, if they grew up with whatever everybody's calling white privilege, this is a little perfect picket fence and all the opportunities that they're whatever. If you didn't grow up like that and you grew up like we did, experiencing whatever, seeing your parents beat the fuck out of you or whatever, the ACE score, we do the ACE score and level up. I had an ACE score of 8. Did you take it?
Yeah, mine was pretty high. I think it was 8 or 9.
Yeah. People don't understand that. They don't understand that. And the alcohol abuse even is sad because it's just trying to numb something out. And because nobody teaches you how to feel. Nobody teaches you how to manage that feeling and process where it came from. So we will uncover all that stuff, and it's not that fun. But to me, if you want to be successful, it's not as bad as sitting in the depression. It's not as bad as sitting there knowing that I'm not living the life I was supposed to live, sitting in it. But it's the not feeling good enough. I used to get told, you're always got the other shoe, the other foot needs to drop. I'm like, you motherfuckers, quit telling me what's wrong with me and tell me how to quit this. But it was from all the abuse. And then I teach about energy centers and, all that stuff and where it's housed in you when you were little, because when you hear something constantly growing up, it literally affects how you hear things as an adult. And when you experience success, I'll never forget when I first made a certain amount of money, I was like, will I die in a car wreck? Or, this is just it's not going to happen again. It's just all these negative things because it just couldn't happen for me. You know what I mean? It's weird. I've got Amanda Francis stuff in my level up. I'll try to always give props to any books, any person that helped me but it doesn't always mean that it's going to help you. It's just kind of, if your mentor says who they learn from and you go to that person, you don't get it. I have to get it from the person that I'm coming to. It's weird, but I always want to give props to where they're deserved. But we could have a whole nother podcast on that. But yeah, the level up, man, how would you describe it?
I explained it to my husband as breaking everything down. Your mental health, your physical health, and addressing your business and becoming, I'm telling y'all, this is the best program I've ever been introduced to. And I spent quite a bit of money last year trying with bullshit coaching and all that stuff.
What's bullshit coaching? Just real quick, because I've been there too. What's bullshit coaching in Jordan's world?
I signed up for a program and I was paying $1,200 a month. And I was in a group of over 500 people. My voice was never heard. It was a weekly kind of like discussion about how to start your own web series. And then essentially you interview people and you increase your email. I was trying to learn how to be a coach, how to develop a coaching program. And I was told when I signed up, that's exactly what we tell you what to do. It was not. It was just this runaround of, well, you can only do this, but you have to pay for this and you have to pay for that. And there wasn't the one-on-one support. You didn't even talk to this coach. Okay. She didn't even show up in the Facebook group ever. She had like her people that would show up and comment every once in a while, but she had one lady that basically ran the whole program. She'd go up on stage and she'd sell the program and but you never had access to her. And the only time you did is when she wanted you to sell her program to other people. And it was just a load of shit. The only thing I learned was I can do everything all by myself, but I have to figure out how to manage my time and hire other people to do certain things for me because
that's Jordan was talking about being yourself. This is where it's so important for empowerment, because if Jordan thought she had to be like me, she couldn't be Jordan, which means if there's a person out there that is trying to do network marketing, but has 3 kids and has been through the shit that Jordan's been through, I can't help them. And if Jordan's trying to be like me, I can't help him either, because I'm not the same thing. If Jordan's being herself 100% Jordan, she can help that person. That's the fucking missing link. Is I used to see people and have envy or jealousy, like, what the fuck do they have that my shit's better? Let me try to, I guess, do what they're doing because it seems to be working. I was missing the boat. They needed to be where they were at for me to be who I was, because I was receiving something from them, and that allowed me to be who I need to be. But try to be like them, no. So I don't know where that came from. I guess the empowerment piece to be you, because obviously this lady, this coach, is I've bought into these people, and I don't know if they're just master salesmen or they're manipulators, or
I think it was both.
And I'm trying to post more on how to choose a coach and how to spot authentic versus inauthentic and all that shit. That's another one. If you cuss, keep cussing. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten people and I'll say, hey, my name's Casey. I say fuck a lot. I'll either get somebody that'll be like, okay, or I'll say, girl, me too, all the damn time. And look, those are my soul sisters. Those are my soul clients, those types of people. But I don't get them if I'm trying to be appropriate or whatever the fucking word you want to call it. Now I'm manipulating people. I don't like that. Yeah. And I'm going to have bitches that I don't want to be around. I'm going to have to delete them out of my groups because they're virus,
Yes, exactly.
Oh, no. Yeah. And desires, as far as desires go, you wouldn't want to be on stage and you wouldn't want to be an inspiration and help people change their lives if it was not meant for you. And you being you right now is helping people. You going live, and sharing and documenting, like Gary Vee says, that is where it starts. I used to think it was always going to be like this other tier. Oh, when I get here, it's going to be this. And when I get here, no, that's a scorecard, but it's now. What's going on now? And what do I already have now? Because what we have is actually valuable, because obviously we have self-esteem issues or had self-esteem issues. We're choosing to open our minds to believe something different. Jordan is for the woman. I would say it's kind of like me, goal-oriented women, very driven women, but you got a lot of shit going on and you just want to be successful. You want a side hustle and you want to know the best way to do it instead of wasting time buying into all these other mentors. Just save your money, do this shit. I think you're charging $75 a month. They get in their Facebook group. You go in there live, whatever you do phone calls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, here's what I learned in the past 3 years. Here's what not to do, and here's what to do. And you'll grow with her. To me, that's the best. Yes.
It's all about the connection, and it's not about, oh, I'm here and you're here. I want to be everyone to be up at my level. I want everybody to be in their best situation. It is a process of understanding yourself. You can't be a super successful person without addressing your internal issues. To be successful, you have to address the hardcore stuff that holds you back. And I want to be able to help people do that and realize that their greatness, realize that they deserve it, that they are capable of so much more than they think that they are.
You were talking about the past bullshit or some stories you told yourself and that you self-sabotage. It's as easy as deciding. And then two, there's levels of success. When I wanted to go from $4,000 to 10 grand, 10 grand to 20 to 4, all these different levels, I wasn't able to go from 3,000 to 40,000. I've made it too hard. I believed in that there had to be a struggle, that you had to work hard, and there had to be an uphill climb to equal success. And then you pair that with not being good enough. I had to go in increments. I had to go in 3,000, 4,500, 5,500, 8,000, and then get there. There's some people that, in network marketing, they go from they just explode.
Yeah.
But some people lose it. That's that law, is if you're not the energetic vibrational match for that money or that lifestyle, you ain't gonna keep it. Same with fitness. You can take all the drugs you want, you can do all the fucking skinny teas, you can do all the starvation diets, but if your insides, you still got eating issues, you're gonna gain it back.
It's only money magnifies you. So whatever you are, you're gonna magnify whatever, either positive or negative. And so you have to address all of your issues. Absolutely.
There's a lot of good people with money, but a lot of people think that people that have money are not good. And it's like, wait. Who the fuck told you that? You can help more people with money. And when I learned, I think Joe Vitale, he goes, having money is a way to give back. Having money is a way to show gratitude. You can help a lot of people with money if you have money. And then too, to know that, for me to be the person that you need or that anybody else needs, I don't need 40 fucking clients. I don't need a lot of stress. I need to have my time for meditation. I need this and this and that. To have that lifestyle, I need this much money at least coming in to provide things, because I'm important. I'm important. Once you realize that you're important, to be the mom that you need to be, the wife, the coach, you need some money. And that's all it is. It's there to support you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I have a good friend of mine who is incredible. She started this mompreneur group here in San Diego, and she is a very successful real estate agent. And she is one of the most giving people that I know. But she always talks about how self-care is not selfish. Self-care is strategic. And if you're not giving yourself that self-care, if you're not taking the time for
the energetic smoke breaks that we talk about.
Yes, exactly. If you're not taking that time for yourself, everything goes down. Everything goes out. And that's another thing, is when you're making more money, a lot of people start money. And they stop focusing on their family. They stop focusing on themselves. And you have to be balanced. That's what happened to me last year, is I got so focused on, I want to do the podcast. I want to do the web series. I also want to be really, really big in network marketing. I wanted it all, but I forgot to practice what I was preaching. And what I was preaching was family and self-care are the most important things in your life. And you can't let money get in between that, because you will not find happiness that way. Money does not bring happiness. Balance brings happiness.
Yeah. And that attracts money. Because to me,
yes,
love, it has a money energy. And that's something that, and this is free, the Amanda Francis calling in the cash money on the YouTube video. When I heard her say, and she said she learned this from somebody, heart-based people, I'm intuitive, I'm empath. We're typically taught that money is a root chakra root-based, security, supportive, survival thing held in your root chakra. She said that heart-centered people that can feel, I don't know about you, but have you ever manifested something where it's like, all right, you want something, you want a car, you want a man, you want kids, you want a shirt, whatever, and you can feel it? Like, where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your stomach, your head, or your heart? Do you know?
No, my heart.
Yeah, it's like
I
heart,
don't know.
or it's like heart or gut. Now you can visualize in your head. That's cool too. But for me, I could actually tap in. Like when I went pro, I cried on the bike on one morning because I felt just what winning would feel like. And I could get into the vibe. For me, when I found out money was something that you feel your way into, I was like, fucking A. I mean, holy shit. Like yesterday, I was doing calculation. We were doing payroll. And it came up to like, it was like 9,000 something needed to go somewhere. And I accidentally typed an extra number and I saw 95,000. Well, I've been playing with high numbers. And I go, holy fuck, wait a minute. And I laid on the floor and said, let me just lay here and feel what 95,000 a month feels like. And it's coming every month. It just keeps coming in, it's coming in. And that what they say is my work is of high service and I'm worthy of massive compensation. And it just keeps coming in and it's coming in. The things I can do. And I started just going through what the things I can do with it and my mind. And I sat there. That's how you fucking manifest shit. And then having that balance of, but if I was sitting there trying to focus on trying to be something I'm not, or, just getting your priorities out of fucking whack, focusing on work before myself and my mentality. Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to get in that vibration because Level Up teaches when you're sitting there trying to pull your hair out, coming up with ideas, that's not going to squeeze an idea out. Ideas come when you are in the creative space, when you're free flowing, washing dishes and fucking blow drying your hair.
Yep.
So,
Right.
You have to ease it up. You got to relax.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah. So relaxing is what she was saying, is going back to self, putting yourself first, taking your bath, fucking walking outside, blow drying your hair, turning up R&B when you clean the floors. That's your me time. You're riding in the car by yourself and you're going to get ideas. But if you're sitting there focused on, I've got to make this happen, I've got to make this happen, you're literally putting that crank on it and it's not going to squeeze out an idea.
That's where we all fall flat. That's where we all fall on our faces. We get burned out. We get totally burned out. You set all these high expectations and when you're not putting the positive vibrations out there, when you're not open to bringing in more, you're stifling yourself.
Yep. And then the way coming from trauma, it affects you. Coming from trauma affects the way you think about yourself. So it's really hard sometimes. I couldn't play with 95,000 even a week ago. This week was different. And I did my law of attraction coach. She does little mini sessions. Mary Duffy, I love her. We got something called Fuck That Shit, FTS. And she goes, she did, because she helped me break through my last thing. It was so hard to break through 20 grand a month. And we hit 40. And she goes, all right, what'd you do when you hit 40? I'm like, dude, I was having fun. It was really exciting. And I remember the energy. I can go back. I can remember. She goes, well, decide it's going to be the same fucking way. And if something creeps in, she called me. She goes, what'd you just think about? And I went off on some ad bullshit. And she goes, then you just do some fuck that shit. Tell her that part of you appreciate you. Okay. Because if you come a long way, do the I love you, thank you, sorry, I forgive you, because you've served me up to this point, but bitch, you can walk beside me now because you ain't going to drive no more. I'm going to fuck that shit because it's way easier than I've been making it. And you decide, hey, I know that I'm working through this, but I'm going to decide that it's going to be just a little bit fucking easier this go around. And it just takes no big deal. Like, okay, what's my next inspired action? You go with it. Cool. Well, I just wanted to get Jordan on here because I saw something in her with her lives. And there's something energetic about her. I showed my husband, he's like, it's almost like she's famous or something. I don't know. But I think it's probably what you're, and that's why you need to follow that. Who knows? Like what's going to happen in the future. It's whatever you want, but you stay with your priorities. Shit's going to happen. You're going to have bad days. You're probably going to want to divorce him again. Fuck, I wanted to divorce Skip 2 weeks ago. We're good. It's always going to be something. You just can't let it win. You just got to be like the fuck that shit. Look, is it really important? No. Just bye. It's just that old programming. This is that old bullshit.
The cycle. You have to stop it. You have to notice it, see it, stop it. Yep. And that it takes practice.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Lord have mercy.
Not easy.
No, it's not. But that's what I love about you. You have to commit and you go. And when you sign up for even your coaching, she may tell you this shit ain't gonna be easy at all. But the ones that go, I'm okay with that. That's the people. That's the fucking people right there. Oh, and was there anything extra outside of Level Up that helped you with figuring out what you spent? Did you just go through your statements, calculating?
Yeah. We went through the statements of, this is basically, we used your sheet and we were like, holy shit, look at what we're spending. And just in the last 2 weeks, we've saved so much money. We've gone out twice, but we went out to celebrate our kids' graduation. We took them to ice cream, we took them to dinner, and that was it. But every other night we've cooked dinner. We're going through our cupboards, and I've got a shitload of canned food. So we're gonna have a lot of soup and a lot of bean salads, a lot of chicken salads. Yeah, but it's been incredible, the amount of money. And I'm telling you, I think I might have had some type of a addiction to shopping or something, because it made me feel better about myself. And now I've gotten to the point where the more money I save, I feel this like release, like this, not as much anxiety, because after I would spend money, I would get anxiety. But now when I go in and I'm like, no, I'm only getting what's on the list, and I walk out, it is this feeling of freedom, like I did what you said you were going to do. Pat on the back.
That's so cool. I love it. And I heard something from another gal. If you love to shop like that, it's hard sometimes to buy. For me, it's hard to buy for myself. So she told this little hack. She goes, all right, even if it's $10 a week, because you may have to start there, because if it's hard to spend on yourself, $10 a week, $20 a week, $50, whatever. If you're making, 50 grand, put $5 grand a week. It doesn't matter. Start with $10. And she goes, commit to $10 every Friday, and you put it in your savings or whatever account, extra PayPal account. And she goes, I was doing that, and it had been like a year, and I was in New York, and I wanted a Chanel bag, and I've never let myself ever buy a bag or anything. She goes, and I looked in that account, and there was enough to buy that. And I was like, wow, because that was my fun money. That was money that was just there. And that allowed her to get into the groove of buying shit for herself that made sense. And I was like, okay. So there's always a way to shift that emotion. If it feels like shit, how can it feel better? Okay, well, feeling better is making a list and going in and only buying what I need. Okay, good job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And mine is buying shit for my kids. Clothes, whatever, toys. It was never really anything for myself. The only thing I would buy for myself is like a book about how to build your business or something. It was all business focused. It was never for me. Yep. It was not for me. I'm just focused. I'm just more focused. I'm making sure that if I do spend money on myself, I'm going to make it a day. I'm going to go to the fucking spa, and I'm going to bring either, my sister, one of my girlfriends, and we're going to have a nice day. And I'm going to save all of that shit that the fucking Matchbox cars and the little t-shirts or this or that, or food that I don't fucking need. Buying too much food at the grocery store. We have so much food. I feel like a hoarder. I go through, like, I'm looking in my pantry, I'm like, holy shit. People probably would come into my house and think, damn, there are a lot of homeless people you can feed here, lady. And you're not, like, you don't need all this food. You don't need all this food. There's no way you're going to eat all of it.
The garage, the cabinets, I think the saying of the war on debt thing is your kid's college fund is under your sink. Your next, whatever, your trip is in your garage. When you go to the spa and stuff, now it's a self-care. It feels good. You've had fun. It feels expansive, and you can document it. You can document it and give women permission to spend on themselves and show you how you did it. Because they'll say, I can't afford that. Jordan just lives lavish. No, actually, I got real with myself and realized I was spending $600 a month, and I just put that in another place. And and now it feels so good. Our strengths can become a weakness if around a certain type of person. So you probably need to go listen to that audiobook. It's in Level Up. It's the Dodging Energy Vampires. That way, energy protection's very important. Have our light shine really bright so that the overflow, the bounce off of the light can help other people and guide them into their true, whatever the fuck it's called. If we're not aware of our light and our energy, it's just like Sonic Hedgehog movie I just watched my little boy. If we're not protecting ourselves and we're not aware of our weaknesses, we attract fucking like succubus, amoebas, things that see our light and want some, and they won't take it, and it will drain us, and we'll wonder why we're tired, broke, and nothing's working out. And it's because we've let that entity get around us in our energy field. So that book will help you a lot. But the spiritual gift will let you know what your spiritual power is. Just like one of my coaches, Kate, her gift is discernment. And she has helped us from a business standpoint, find moles in our company, find clients that's causing trouble. My assistant, Olive, her actual spiritual gift is that of assistance. It's like
she's awesome, by the way.
Fucking love Olive, but she's
on it. She's yeah.
And that's her gift is
great.
Yeah. Can you make tons of money doing your spiritual gifts? Yes. So when we load that, I will let you know for sure. But anyway, all right, we'll post Jordan's links to, if you are in network marketing and you can relate to her story, mom getting her shit together, lots of aspirations, or big aspirations, I guess is how you would say it, professional, made money, learned the hard way, and will teach you what she's learned so that you can, level up yourself. We'll post those links because I have a feeling that your prices will go up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, if they're listening, they just need to get that link. And then if you feel like level up is something that you want to do, I'll post my link, or you can just go on CaseyShip.com and there's a button there. Jordan, I appreciate it. I know your time's really valuable, but we'll post this all over YouTube and we'll give you a copy and podcasts and all that as well.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. Thank you. And what we're going to do is I will post your link for your group.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you, Casey. You're the best.
All I gotta do is go.